Have you ever wondered what happens to a basketball when it has played its last game? Or the same thing with a football when it has lost its bounce? And today on our show is a special guest, Jay Verma. He's a student of class 12, a young innovator. He's giving these balls a second life, repurposing them into high-tech audio speakers. What is this unique idea that you're working with sports balls?
So I was wondering, what can I do with these balls? So that's when it started. That's when the light bulb clicked in my head.
How you made the first prototype?
So basically, we cut the ball into two halves and we cut it up. And these are the materials from the e-waste factories.
Were there any challenges?
Since we were using second-hand electronic materials, we weren't sure how long they were going to last inside the ball and how viable they were.
Is there anybody helping you in the production of these balls? As a 12th grader, what is the dream ahead?
I imagine a more sustainable future for sports in India.
I want to know more about your amazing speaker. It's called UPBEAT.
Yeah.
Why the name and who's your target audience?
The name Upbeat because what we are doing is we are upcycling these products.
Yeah. And is there a message that you want to give any of your favorite cricketers?
Bumrah, if you are seeing this, I would like you to reach out to me and I hope we can make this bigger than it can ever be.
How are you taking them to the market? Are you going online with it or do you hold exhibitions? Jay, it would be really nice if we can have a live demo of how your repurposed sports ball into an upbeat speaker works.
That's the worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire.
Have you ever wondered what happens to a basketball when it has played its last game? Or the same thing with a football when it has lost its bounce? Also, cricket balls which has played endless overs and then it cannot be used. In India alone, 5,000 to 6,000 sports balls are discarded and they reach the landfills which are not good for the environment. These sports balls are reminders of players' aspirations and their dreams. These sports balls are also memories of friendships that are made on playing grounds, or some best scores and some games well played. These sports balls, what if they got a new role and a new story so that they don't reach the landfills? And today on our show is a special guest, Jay Verma. He is a student of class 12, a young innovator who's doing just that. His idea is very innovative, is to bring sustainability in sports. What he's doing with sports balls is that he's giving these balls a second life, repurposing them into high-tech audio speakers. So let's welcome our guest on Voice of Mosaic, Jay Verma. I'm very excited because he's a young chap and with full of ideas. And this idea is particularly very unique, something that India needs, something that world needs. Jay, welcome to Voice of Mosaic. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited, like I shared in the intro, to have you on my show. You are probably the youngest guest that we have on our show. So over to you. Please share us, what is this unique idea that you're working with sports balls?
So, ever since I was a kid, I was a really big sports fan. And even when I wasn't playing sports, I used to watch sports and I still watch sports. Like I stay up for all the matches that happen late at night. So one day when I asked my cricket sir for the keys of the storage room, and I asked him, can I take the bat and ball from there? Can I play cricket? So when I went to the storage room, I saw this bucket full of old worn-out cricket balls. And they were just lying there. They were just kept there and no one was doing anything with them. You can't play with them also anymore. So I was wondering, what can I do with these balls? So that's when it started. That's when the light bulb clicked in my head. So then that's how I started my project. And I went to different recycling factories and I gave normal.
And when was this?
This was in 2022.
Okay.
So I went to different recycling plants, and I gave these balls to them and I asked them if they could recycle it.
Okay.
And they said, no, we can't recycle it because it's made of many mixed components, so you'll have to just dispose it off at the landfills. So then I was thinking, what's the next best alternative for this? So then I looked at the option of upcycling these balls, where I would transform these balls into a product of higher value.
Okay.
And what was the best thing I can do? So apart from just using worn out sports balls and turning them into something, I thought maybe I can be sustainable in another angle. So then I went to different e-waste plants
Okay.
and I asked them, do you have some second-hand electronic material? And they gave some materials to me. And I just started experimenting, building, and then one prototype came, two prototypes came, and then finally we established a working Bluetooth speaker
Okay.
made of old worn-out sports balls and e-waste material. So there's nothing new which we bought. It's just something which is renewable, reused, and repurposed.
So you're saying that you've taken the sports balls and turned it into speakers, and to making the speaker there is no new material used. Everything from the worn out sports ball has been transformed.
Yeah, so everything from the worn-out sports balls, even all the electronic material, it's all reused.
Oh wow. I think you have your speaker with us. Can you show the speaker to the audience, and especially, how you made the first prototype?
Yeah, so this is a dismantled version of the speaker to show you how it works. So basically, we cut the ball into two halves over here like this.
This is a real ball?
Yeah, this is a real ball.
Okay.
Like people use it to play. And we cut it up. And these are the materials from the e-waste factories.
Wow.
These are second-hand goods.
Okay.
So this is the speaker driver, which makes the sound. This is the battery, and this is the Bluetooth module. So we fix these all in place, and we tape it shut. And I close the ball, and I make these holes here so that I can put a charging port and I can put an on and off button.
Oh wow.
And then I take these two shells, which I cut from the ball, and I just place it on top of these like this. And this is how we make a functional speaker.
Okay, so all the speakers have the shell that you have in your hand, which is the green one.
Yeah.
And then to protect it, there is the outer layer, which is the cork ball.
Yeah. And this is a working football version of it.
Okay. This is also a speaker?
Yeah, this is also a speaker.
Oh wow, this is cool.
Yeah, so this was fairly easier to make. We just cut a part of this hexagon.
Yes.
And we fit a speaker inside. We made holes so that the sound can escape. And we just made these two on and off buttons. So it just looks like a real football you're holding, but it's actually a speaker.
Yes, I was puzzled because I thought this is a real ball. But now I see, when I see it closer, that it's worn out. You can see some abrasions both on the cricket ball as well as on this. This is so fantastic. So tell us, just want to congratulate you. This is an amazing, amazing idea. Nobody ever thought of. We did our little research. So there are parts, people in Brazil and some of the places where they're using sports gear, but nobody has thought of using sports balls. And how fantastic. So initially you came up with the idea and you wanted to work on this. Were there any challenges?
Yeah, so since we were using second-hand electronic materials, we weren't sure how long they were going to last inside the ball and how viable they were. So I had to test every single electronic product on its own, check for its viability, and then only once I was sure that it has a good lifetime, good warranty, not lifetime, but a good warranty.
Okay.
Then I was sure that I can place it and the speaker would work. It would be functional. So that was, I think, one of the biggest challenges I faced. And especially the battery, it's a concerning part because it's a second-hand battery, so you don't want the battery to be leaking out or anything.
Right.
So you just have to make sure it's safe for the consumer to use. So once I was sure of its safety, I was satisfied.
Is there anybody helping you in this the production of these balls?
Yeah. So since I'm not from an engineering background, I partnered with a company called On My Own Technology. So they have these innovation and research labs, and they're dedicated to helping students like me. So when I was building my first prototypes, they were the one who helped me. They were the ones who told me that use these materials. And once like I built the first prototype and I got their help, that's when I like needed them. And after that, once I was sure of the products,
Yeah.
I was like doing it on my own.
Amazing. Using the sports ball, which is already used, using the inside material. I mean the speakers and whatever that I can see.
Yeah.
So is also reused. So
Yeah.
the entire ball, inside and outside, is 100% sustainable. Amazing initiative. Yeah. Tell me, you are a class 12 student and you're very young with an amazing idea. And when I say amazing idea, it is going to impact thousands of lives and sports, which is a universal language. So something, a product which is used in a game, and after the game is over, you are still using sports to impact the society as a 12th grader. And there, what is the dream ahead? How do you feel at this point, and where you want to take this upbeat speakers?
Yeah. So, like, I imagine a more sustainable future for sports in India. And when people talk about sustainability in sports, I want them to think of upbeat.
Okay.
And I want to take this speaker to other parts of the country, not just stay limited to NCR. I want to reach out to other schools. And I want this to be an inspiration for other students and sportsmen to find creative solutions for novel problems. And I want this to be an icon for sustainability in sports.
You already are. Which school do you go to?
I go to Model School, Vasantha.
What does the school principal have to say for this amazing initiative of yours?
She was really happy with it, and since it was a very unique idea, I also took part in a couple of school competitions where I presented my speakers, and I also won some awards in school with this.
Amazing. So this is going to inspire a lot of young people all over, especially in India, who's going to listen to you on this channel, Voice of Mosaic. We'll make sure the voice reaches everybody, especially the children, the school-going children, because there's so much potential. Any message for them? And there I have more questions, but at this point we're talking about school and your participation there. So what is the message for your peers?
So I feel like one message I would like to give to my peers is that many people are coming up with sustainable ideas these days, but to transform these sustainable ideas into solutions, one has to work really hard. You can't give up. And I just wanted to share one story where I was holding a sports equipment collection drive in my locality. And I remember for the first collection drive, nobody showed up. It was empty. So the second time I realized that I had to be persuasive, and I printed out these flyers for the collection drive, and I used to go in my locality and I used to give these flyers out. And in WhatsApp, I used to circulate the message to my friends. I would tell them, send it to your friends, send them to their parents. So this way, I never gave up and I was persistent. And even when I wasn't sure of the viability of the electronic material, I maneuvered past those roadblocks. So I just want to tell my peers that don't give up easily and just, stay persistent.
Absolutely. You won half the battle because you came up with the idea, and the rest, of course, no road is easy.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own challenges, but for a youth like you to champion sustainability is a strong message to everybody out there in schools that start with an idea, start with a dream, and just put in the continuous efforts. Tell me, I'm still very curious. I want to know more about your amazing speaker. It's called Upbeat.
Yeah.
Why the name, and who's your target audience? Are these sport enthusiasts, or they are music enthusiasts, or just youth?
First, the name Upbeat because what we are doing is we are upcycling these products. So we're making it a product of higher quality. And the ball is a speaker. So we mixed upcycling and the beats from the speaker, and we made it into Upbeat, which is a catchy name, I feel.
Yeah.
And for the target audience, I feel like the way I can market these speakers, I can appeal to different target audiences. So obviously, holding a ball like this in your house and using it as a speaker, I don't think there's been a product like this in the market. So using it just as an aesthetic, cost-effective product, I can appeal to regular teenagers, but also to other sports players as well, where people can keep this in their homes. And when they look at this upbeat speakers, they can think of it as like a sustainability icon, and just like when they like look at it, they can think that, oh my god, this is such a creative solution,
Absolutely.
and inspire them to take some other, like, face challenges. So I feel like these are like different ways I can appeal to my audiences.
Jay, it would be nice if we can have a live demo of how your repurpose sports ball into an upbeat speaker works.
Yeah. So the ball, it's already turned on.
Okay.
So now I can just like go and connect it to the Bluetooth. And yep, it's connected. And
Now battery pre-charge.
and it tells you when the battery's low as well. Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We gonna live in a
Yeah.
legend. We're
And
gonna
the
dance
sound
like a
also
roof
is-
on fire. We
I
gonna
like
do
the
things
sound
and
of
take
the
others
challenge.
we want.
Yeah,
It's good, it's good.
yeah, we were able to fit a big speaker into this, so like nobody has issues with the sound.
Okay. And your product is totally on point, because if somebody looks at the ball, I'm totally confused. It's lying around in the room and suddenly there's a music coming out of
Yeah.
it. So cool. You just pass that speaker to me.
Yeah.
I want to see, is it heavy? It's not really.
Yeah,
It's
good,
actually the same size as the weight
Now
of the ball.
battery pre-charge.
Wow, this
Yeah.
is so cool.
And just the shells of the ball, they're removed, so that it becomes actually, it's weighs less than the actual football.
Oh yes, because there are many layers.
Yeah.
Okay. What are these? What are the layers inside? You
So there's,
dissected the ball, so you know.
yeah, so in a football, there's not much. You just have to like fill air in, and there's these like orange shells inside the ball. So we had to remove those orange shells, because like when you fill air into them, they like expand,
Okay.
and then that's how football becomes functional. So we had to remove those orange shells, and now it's just like an empty ball inside. It's hollow, and it's like a speaker.
Okay. So while I can see the plug-in is here.
Yeah.
So, but you can place the ball any which way
Yeah.
you like.
Right.
Amazing. Okay, Jen, you are in grade 12.
Yeah.
So grade 12 board exams are going on.
Mhm.
Just take us through your routine, because there's an academic pressure also.
Yeah.
What are your subjects that you've taken? So, and then how do you take time out for all of this?
Yeah, so subject-wise, I've taken like a mix. So I've like economics, maths, psychology, political science, and English. And like my routine, I feel like it's one of the most hectic ever, especially like in Feb and March, because that's when like the board exams are approaching. So like most of my time goes into studying, and I try to take out like 4 to 5 hours in a week to work on the project, work on upbeat. Like,
More on the weekends.
more on the weekends, yes. Saturdays when the day is also more free. So that's when I try to, put in at least like 2 or 3 hours on like Saturday, and like just 4 or 5 hours in a week,
Okay.
just to make sure like it's in progress, it's a work in progress, and like I don't completely lose touch with it.
So while you're working on this, and you're also a cricketer, so you have sports activities in which you engage, but working on this especially because this is what we're talking about here on the show, upbeat speakers, is this kind of like an outlet for you, so that it helps you eases all sorts of pressure, because a grade 12 student has higher academic performance pressure. So does it safeguard your mental well-being?
Yeah, I feel like it's a very good like when I have time to pass, like I can just work on this, because it's like this is my passion, this is what I wanted to do since I was a kid, and now I'm doing something that I love.
Yeah.
So I just it's not like I'm doing work, it's like I'm like having fun. So that's what it's just a good time pass to do.
So what my takeaway is that while you going and saving the world, you can still have fun.
Yeah.
You have a good product like this.
Yeah.
How amazing. Okay. tell me some feedback that you've received on this, from your immediate family, from your friend circle. I'm sure you go to school, so you have, big friends group, from your classmates. Give me some reactions.
Yeah. So I conducted a survey and asking for feedback on the product. So the thing, like with the small balls, is the sound quality isn't as good as the sound quality in the balls. The reason being that we can't fit a big speaker inside such a small ball.
Okay.
But since the football is big, we can put a larger speaker in this. So the next thing we're going to be trying to tackle is look for a smaller speaker which is cost effective, but also something which can fit inside the ball. And I feel like that is one of the most valuable feedbacks I've had in like the past months.
So you're working on it?
Yeah, so that we're working on.
Okay. But I hope the audience knows that, whatever actions that the humanity is taking, the environment is paying a price for it. Yeah. So which means if we are using sustainable products, there's some adjustments we as consumers also need to make.
Yeah.
So I think, from my side, just go full on with your product. It's totally amazing. And I'm so happy that, you're taking the feedback and you're working on it. Yeah. You mentioned to me when we spoke, that you are a cricket player and you're a cricket fan yourself. Is there any cricket personality in India or internationally that you would like you like to take the product to? For example, Virat Kohli does a lot of sustainability endorsements and initiatives, and same way there are other cricketers, even female cricketers. So any idea on that?
Yes, so I actually reached out to a top cricketer and commentator, Murli Karthik.
Yeah.
So I shared my initiative and my project and these speakers with him. So he really seemed to like the product and he was really interested in it. So I got the chance to meet with him also. I showed the product to him like in person. So that was one personality who really helped me. He gave me some feedbacks as well, where I can appeal, where I can sell these. So I feel like other personalities, any personality, cricket personality, Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni, Jasprit Bumrah, even female cricketers, Smriti Mandhana, anybody who will be willing to...
So, hold on. Pick up that cricket ball, which is an upbeat speaker now.
Yeah.
And is there a message that you want to give any of your favorite cricketers or, line of cricketers from Virat Kohli to anyone out there with that ball in your hand?
Yeah. Bumrah, if you are seeing this, I would like you to reach out to me and I hope we can make this bigger than it can ever be.
Amazing. And I hope, all these amazing, personalities are able to hear your message because they bring in their legacy, they bring in their, network and guidance. And if they share a word of encouragement, your product can reach, India widely to schools from where you can get, the discarded sports gear, sports balls in particularly, and we get to see more upbeat speakers in the market. How fantastic. Any idea on using any other sports gear other than balls?
So the next thing we're going to be doing is trying to build speakers of old worn-out sports shoes, cricket shoes and football shoes.
Okay.
Because I feel like the material which the shoes are made from, I feel like that can be also a good viable covering in speakers. So I feel like that's the next thing I'm going to experiment with and see if it works out. And if that doesn't work out, we'll look at something with cricket pads, cricket gloves. So I feel like, and even the football shin guards which people have.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like that's the next thing I'm going to be jumping on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned to me that from the sales, the proceeds are donated to a foundation that you support. Something on that you'd like to share?
Yes, so whatever profits I earn from selling these speakers, I donate them to an NGO called Sudeva. So Sudeva is an NGO which supports underprivileged sportsmen. So whatever profits I earn and I donate to them, they can use that to procure new sports goods. Because since they're an NGO, their sports goods are not of the same quality as that of the top cricket and football academies in Delhi and other parts of the country. So I feel like that way I'm ensuring that even underprivileged sportsmen get the same equal opportunity as your normal sportsmen, and so that they can get the same base to start with. and yeah, just excel in sports and do well.
Excellent. How amazing.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go with this? I mean, you already mentioned that you want to upscale this and you want to take it to entire India. You want to emphasize on the message that sports and sustainability can go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But do you have chalked out a plan for yourself with this particular item or for yourself at Jay Verma? Do you see that you want to do more work in sustainability or sustainability and sports? Is there any aspirations of that sort?
Right now, the focus is just on upbeat, and the thing is just to first gain a lot of popularity in NCR and then start branching out from there and just get some sponsorships and just make sure my message reaches out to people. And then once it becomes like a nationwide thing, I would like to take it to other parts of the country and make as big of an impact there as I'm going to be making here in the future.
So are you looking at funding support, and other than that, are you also looking at procuring or rather having collection drives where most sports balls can reach to you? Because you said that there was a struggle initially, or now is it smooth? Do you have enough inventory of discarded sports balls with you?
Yeah, so not looking to raise funding particularly, but I managed to reach out to a lot of sports academies like the Cricket Academy, Uday Gupta Cricket Academy. So they were able to donate their old Bumrah cricket balls. So the goal would be to just reach out to more cricket academies right now, procure the inventory from them, and also I regularly hold these collection drives. And now since I've learned from the first collection drive, now we get regular donators. So it's a smooth process as of now.
So you have a few styles, with sports balls, these speakers.
Yeah.
How are you taking them to the market? Are you going online with it, or do you hold exhibitions?
Yeah, so I sell my speakers online.
Okay.
And also I'll be coming retail next month.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so online sales were good. So now I feel like with retail, we can lower the price even more because the cost of shipping becomes less with since it was online. So I feel like that's one way we can reduce the price from 700 to maybe 600, 500. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing.
That's a very reasonable pricing. So you said your speakers are in the range of 500 to 600.
Yeah.
Okay, because then it has, other than the appeal that in the sports patrons, it will also have a mass appeal because it's very competitive pricing.
Yeah.
Kudos for you to do something like this, because usually sustainable, what you said, upcycling, repurposing has its own manufacturing practices, so the end cost is a little higher. So if you're able to manage that, then that's really amazing. Fantastic. Before we go, if you could just show any of the speakers that you have here on the table with us, if they are functional and how they sound.
Yeah, since I don't have my phone here, I just turn it on. It makes a noise when you turn it on.
Okay.
So
Bluetooth mode.
So yeah.
So that's when the speakers are on.
So that's when I turn it on. So the Bluetooth is automatically activated. So now I just have to reach my phone, just connect it, and it's working. It's as simple as that.
Wow. I'm blown away. I never thought that I'm going to come across somebody like you with an idea so cool like this. So fantastic.
Thank you.
This is the end of the show, and before we leave, if there's anything that you want to share to the audiences, please feel free.
Just think about the future, guys. Sustainability is a really important part, and the amount of waste that is being generated in the sports industry is so much that if you combine it with everything else, you can't even believe how much waste is being generated. So small things like these make a huge difference. So even if it's not this, even if you want to come up with your own creative solutions, I encourage everybody out there to be sustainable.
Fantastic. What can be better than this message to everyone out there, and especially to youth, because with youth we have a great hope. And your product shows us that there is so much positivity that you bring in on the show and in the in the environment around us. Because honestly, audiences, whether it is sports gear or it's used up fashion or plastic, it all reaches landfills, and waste sorting and segregation is a huge challenge. And if this landfill waste is burnt, there are chemicals that are released into the air and also into the soil, which is not good for the environment. Today we have Jen. We hope that tomorrow we have another innovator, and especially a young innovator with an amazing sustainability initiative, so that this world is more sustainable, safe, and a happier place for the future generations. So Jay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm touched. I'm feeling very fascinated, excited, because I see that this is the start of young innovators on the show Voice of Mosaic and also in the world that we live. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.